You know, it seems for a lot of people, the biggest problem with the iPhone 11 Pro is the name. Calling this Pro doesn't really seem to fit because there are things that it doesn't do that you would think a Pro device would. But of course the name is just all Apple marketing, and a lot of times they just call something Pro to mean the very top end, and a lot of cases to mean the most expensive. But after using this for a little while, I wanted to put some products together that I think elevate it to the next level and really make it Pro. Okay, so I shoot a lot of video with this phone. I think it's one of the best features of the 11 Pro, and I think it has the best video quality of any phone on the market right now. It really is that good. And you know, it does pretty much everything really well. It's got great HDR recording, it's got great microphones, and it does have really good image stabilization, but you can never beat a real gimbal. So when Zhiyun reached out and asked if I wanted to check out the Smooth Q2 and sponsor this video, I couldn't really say no. You know, smartphone gimbals have been around for a while, and I haven't really used them because they always feel really bulky and big, and I think the point of taking your phone with you to actually record video is the fact that you can take it with you. It's very portable, fits in your pocket, and this is the first step I've seen to that. It is extremely small. This is about as pocket size as you can get for a gimbal that's supposed to hold something like a phone, and it does that really well. And what's great is that it's very easy to set this up. You can easily release this clip in under 1 second. You put your phone in there and you can quickly take your phone on and off without having to readjust everything. It's a very easy movement, and you know, for me, it actually encourages using a gimbal like this because you don't have to set it up every time. You just kind of plug and play and it works really well. It's also made out of aluminum, so you know, you feel it's sturdy, but what's important about that is I can throw it in my bag or take it with me anywhere, and I don't have to worry about it like breaking or anything. It's very solid, it's built really well. It also has a 16-hour battery, so I can pretty much use it all day and it won't run out. And then if you pair it up with their app, you get even more features. So you get object tracking, you get motion time lapse, you can control the camera through the controls on the actual gimbal, which is a really nice feature. And you might be thinking, what would I actually use this for? And for me, it's just to get the absolute best quality out of your phone. For me, when I'm creating something on my phone, the goal is to preserve a memory. And you know, in my opinion, I want that to be the best quality possible. And having something like the Smooth Q2 just gives you better quality. You might not care right now necessarily that the video is a little bit shaky, but think about that in 10 years, 20 years. When you want to look back on everything that you created now, you'll want it to look the best possible. Having something like this lets you do that. Now let's say you want to take it a step further. Well, there are a few options you can also add. One other thing I absolutely love is the Rode Video Mic Me, and this plugs right into the iPhone through the lightning port, and that's all you have to do. It is now recording high quality audio right into the phone, so you don't have to worry about wind noise or the microphone pointing in the right direction. Wherever this points, it will record, and it sounds great. And if you really want to get fancy, you can also pair this with the Sandmark anamorphic lens. Now this gives you a really unique look to your videos. So an anamorphic lens basically takes a wide image, squeezes it down so it actually fits onto the sensor in your camera, and then later on in post, you de-squeeze it and you get this really interesting looking footage. And this is something you can't physically get without an anamorphic lens. It's a very interesting look, and pairing it with something like this lens from Sandmark is just an easy way to take your quality up a notch and just make your video look unique. So that is how you take the iPhone 11 Pro to the next level. You pair it with a great gimbal that gives you the best stabilization for mobile, pair it with a great microphone and a great lens, you get something really unique that you just can't get on its own.